Anthony Salerno, the downfall of Fat Tony. Anthony Salerno, known as Fat Tony, was one of the most powerful and influential mob bosses in the history of organized crime. Born on August 15, 1911, in East Harlem, New York, Salerno grew up in a neighborhood that was a breeding ground for future mafia figures. By the 1960s and 70s, he had risen to the top of the Genovese crime family, one of the 5 families that dominated the New York City mafia scene. Salerno's reputation for being a shrewd and ruthless leader was well-deserved. He controlled the family's lucrative operations, including loan sharking, gambling, and labor racketeering. Despite his nickname, Fat Tony, which referred to his portly physique, Salerno was anything but jovial. His influence stretched far and wide, and he was known for his ability to keep a low profile while still maintaining a tight grip on his criminal empire. In the mid-1980s, Salerno's world began to unravel. The U.S. government, under the leadership of Attorney General Rudy Giuliani, launched an aggressive campaign against organized crime. The strategy involved the use of the RICO Act, Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, which allowed prosecutors to go after the entire leadership structure of the mafia families. Salerno's downfall began with the infamous Commission Trial, which targeted the leadership of the 5 families. The trial, which started in 1986, was one of the most significant legal actions against the mafia. Salerno was one of the primary defendants, along with other high-ranking mobsters like Paul Castellano of the Gambino family and Carmine Persico of the Colombo family. The evidence against Salerno was overwhelming. Wiretaps and informants provided detailed accounts of his involvement in various criminal activities. One of the key pieces of evidence was a secretly recorded conversation in which Salerno discussed the mafia's control over New York City's concrete industry. This conversation highlighted the depth of his influence and his role in the mafia's illegal operations. On November 19, 1986, Anthony Salerno was convicted on RICO charges, including racketeering, extortion, and conspiracy to commit murder. He was sentenced to 100 years in prison. The conviction marked the end of an era for the Genovese family and the mafia as a whole. Salerno, who had once been one of the most powerful men in the criminal underworld, was now a prisoner. Salerno spent the remainder of his life behind bars. He died on July 27, 1992, at the Medical Center for Federal Prisoners in Springfield, Missouri. His death marked the final chapter in the life of one of the most notorious mob bosses in American history. The conviction of Anthony Salerno was a significant victory for law enforcement and a major blow to organized crime. It demonstrated that even the most powerful and seemingly untouchable mob bosses could be brought to justice. Salerno's downfall was a testament to the relentless efforts of prosecutors and investigators who worked tirelessly to dismantle the mafia's grip on New York City. Thanks for tuning into Sika True Crime Docs. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating tales. Your support helps us keep bringing these stories to life. See you in the next episode.